Fundamentals, Unit 4, Global Connections, week of May 11th, 2020. Today you're going to need a paper and pencil. I will give you a moment to go and get those things. Let's take a look at our outcome for today. Today, you will be able to describe various landforms orally and in writing. So let's think about this. What is a landform? Take a look at this picture. Think about what you see in the picture. Talk to somebody at your house about what you see in this picture. Did you talk about how there are mountains in the background? Or how there are hills? These are landforms. Let's take a look at another picture. What do you see in this picture? Talk to somebody at your house about what you see in this picture. Did you talk about the mountains again? What about this? This is a body of water known as a lake. Did you talk about that? These are landforms. Let's look at another picture. What do you notice in this picture? Talk to a family member about what you notice in this picture. Did you talk about the water on all sides of this piece of land? This is called an island. It is also a landform. So now let's think about what a landform is. A landform is a natural feature of Earth's surface. Look at this picture. This is called a canyon. A canyon is a landform. It is naturally formed on our Earth. Let's take a look at some examples of landforms. What do you think this is? We saw a few of these in the first pictures that we looked at. This is a mountain. We will learn more about mountains later. Let's take a look at another example. This is called a valley. If you notice, a valley forms a deep V in between mountains. Let's take a look at this one. This one is called a peninsula. A peninsula is a piece of land that is surrounded by water only on 3 sides. Before, we saw an island. An island had water on all sides. Now let's look at this one. This is called a river. You will often see rivers in valleys in between mountains. Now let's take a look at several landforms. We will hear more about some of these landforms later on. Let's look at the first one. This is called a beach. I love going to the beach because you can sit on the sand and hear the waves crashing from the ocean. The next one is a canal. You see that it's just a small piece of water going between 2 pieces of land. Next is a canyon. You might have heard of the Grand Canyon. This is a natural form deep in the earth. You'll notice that there is water at the bottom because oftentimes canyons have rivers that run through them. Look at this one. What is this? Can you read that word? This is a hill. Hills are smaller than mountains, but can still be pretty steep. What about this one? Have you seen this before? This is a volcano. Volcanoes can be dangerous when they erupt because they shoot hot lava from the top. And what about that one? This is a lake. A lake is a body of water that is surrounded by land. Many animals live in the lake. So let's learn a little bit more about landforms. Take a look at this one. Do you remember what the name of this one was? Tell somebody in your house what the name of this one was. Did you guess island? Great job. Let's learn about what an island is. Can you read this with me? An island is a piece of land with water on all sides. Great job. Can you see how there is water on every side of this island? I like how this island is in the shape of a heart. Let's learn about another one. Do you remember the name of this one? Tell somebody in your house what the name of this landform is. Did you tell them volcano? Great job. Let's learn about a volcano. A volcano is an opening in the Earth's crust that sometimes sends out rocks, gas, and hot lava. You want to be careful when you're around a volcano. So now we're going to need that pencil and paper I told you to get out earlier, because we're going to talk and write about the picture that we see. Here's our first picture. What do you see in this picture? Let's look at this definition and see if we can finish the sentence. This is a high, steep area of land that rises to a peak. It is much higher than a hill. This is a blank. What do you think this is? Can you tell somebody what this is? Did you say mountain? Great job. Can you write down on your piece of paper the definition of what this is and draw a little picture of a mountain next to it? I will give you a moment to do that now. Let's look at another one. Do you remember what this one was? Let's read about it and see if we can finish the sentence. The low land that sits between hills or mountains, often with a river or stream running through it, is called a... What is this called? Do you remember? It is a valley. Here is the valley. You'll notice that it creates a V between the mountains. I will give you a moment to write down this sentence and draw a little picture on your paper. Let's look at another landform. Do you remember this one? Let's learn more about this landform. This landform is a large flow of water that moves across land and empties into a larger body of water. This is called a blank. Do you remember what this is called? These often form in between mountains in a valley. What is it called? Did you say river? Great job! A large flow of water that moves across land and empties into a larger body of water is called a river. I'll give you a moment to write this down and draw a picture to match. Let's take a look at another landform. This landform is pretty and blue. Let's learn a little bit about it. The blank is a huge body of salt water that covers most of the earth. Many different plants and animals live here. I can think of a movie I really like called Finding Nemo that showed us many different animals that lived here. Do you remember where Nemo lived in Finding Nemo? What was it called? Did you say ocean? Great job! The ocean is a huge body of salt water that covers most of the earth. Many different plants and animals live here. Let's review the landforms that we've learned about today. Let's look at this first picture. Do you remember the name of this landform? If you said island, you're correct. An island is a piece of land with water on all sides. Let's look at another. Do you remember this landform? This is a landform that has hot lava that shoots out the top. What is the name of it? Great job! This is a volcano. This is another landform that has high, steep points. What is it? Great job! It is a mountain. This landform forms in between mountains. Remember, it's shaped like a V. What is it? Awesome! This is a valley. Do you remember this landform? This one often forms in between mountains in the valley. What is this? You're right, it's a river. Remember this one where Nemo lives? What is the name of this one? Ocean. Great job. Now let's look back at our outcome. Did we complete what we said we were going to complete today? Did we describe various landforms orally and in writing? We did. You talked to your family members about the landforms that you saw, and then you wrote about them. You did a great job today.